I got some help coming for you. Got one maybe through braid through the chest, so we're gonna have to expedite some things here.
One through in the chest.
We'll take that news here today. We are reacting to racist killer realized cops found her disturbing secret. All right, so this one already sounds crazy from the title. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna see what's gonna happen in this one, and we're gonna react to it. I hope y'all enjoy. Let's get into it.
I'm killing someone. Oh, Lord. No, seriously.
This is 30-year-old Victoria Worth
Confederate
being
flag.
questioned about her husband's death.
Confederate flag in the middle of the room. 5 seconds into the show is crazy. Crazy. We already know this is about to be crazy.
Months earlier, she had begun planning her husband Shane's murder, determined to make it look like a
Suicide.
that was until Shane's final words turned the
dude
investigation
plot on her
upside
husband.
down.
Shane,
All right.
can you hear me? Okay, everything will be all right.
Victoria believed she had orchestrated the perfect murder, securing her husband's house, car, and fortune. But eventually, her arrogance would not only seal her fate, but also bring down the people around her.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't want to be disrespectful here, but she gives off a vibe. Like, immediately, my first impression of her is like dark energy. I don't know if it's just me, but she gives me a dark energy vibe. This looks like somebody to stay away from. And then just this whole room. It's creepy. It's weird. I don't know. Like, I don't like it. The scenery, everything is put me off about this. So, yeah, this is definitely not a house I would be stepping into at any point in my life.
Some days I just wish he would get in an accident, die or something. So a lot of things that could be done to make it look like it's.
This is the time to tell the truth. I am. This wasn't planned. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, shit.
At around 2:30 a.m. on September 26th, police in Minersville, Utah received a call from a resident who reported hearing a gunshot inside his garage. Corporal Cox quickly rushed to the scene, unaware that he was stepping into a carefully staged murder.
Okay, it's 2:30 a.m. You're a police officer. You get called to the scene that there was a suspicious gunshot in somebody's garage. Now, off rip, if I'm the cop, I'm thinking, yeah, my alarms are up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm scared. You know, I'm like, okay, this is weird. I'm coming with precaution, definitely. Probably gonna bring some backup. I hope he has a partner with him, because that's sketch. That's super sketchy.
Hello.
Oh my god. Look at how filthy that place is. What?
Beaver 6, go ahead and send medical in. We're in the garage. All right, man, I got some help coming for you. Got one maybe through braid through the chest, so we're gonna have to expedite some things here.
One through in the chest.
This is Shane Davis.
Shot in the
He's still
chest.
alive,
Man.
but drifting in and out of consciousness. But before EMS could get him to the hospital, Shane managed to mumble something, a crucial detail that would become the first major clue in uncovering everything.
Looks like he's walked out to here. Just keep talking to us, Shane. You'll be good.
Shane, my name's Christine. I'm with the ambulance. If things go quiet, just keep going.
We're just gonna roll you back, Shane, okay?
Okay. He said he did not do it to himself.
With Shane insisting he didn't shoot himself, detectives began to consider that this was not a self-inflicted act.
Okay, boom. So he's saying he didn't shoot himself. At this point, as police officers, I'm thinking, oh shit, there's probably a killer in this house still. Now, everything that brought them up to this point where they're here, they get a phone call, somebody is shooting in my garage, they find him on the ground with 2 bullet holes in his chest. In my head, I'm thinking, this might be a setup. Maybe we should get somewhere safe. I don't know, but I'm not gonna be in the best state of mind in this situation. I'm not really gonna know what to do. I'm pretty sure they have procedure for these kind of things, but it could easily be a setup. Like if it was really a crazy person that just wanted to take out a bunch of cops, this would be a pretty good trap, actually.
But attempted murder. The officer counted 6 people in the house. While they were still seen as witnesses, their strange behavior and absence of a gun would soon raise suspicion.
There's about 6 people in the house. You guys
6
know
people?
Shane to own a pistol?
He does own a pistol.
Okay.
Hold on, it was 6 people in the house. Nobody knew he was laying on the floor, shot twice in the chest? What? Oh, this is crazy. Yeah, this is
Just in my room with him.
They might all be in on
I
it.
don't see one out here anywhere, so I'm wondering where it's at. Nobody's seen a gun or anything like that, and he's got a gunshot wound to his chest.
As Shane fights for
No
his
murder.
life on the way to the hospital, detectives turn their attention to his wife, Victoria Worth. What officers don't...
And I would have thought if you got hit in your chest, like I would have thought that would be over. Like it's over for you because all you can get hit, if you get in your chest, the only thing there is really lungs and your heart. So, I mean, man. And he seems like he's probably been there for at least 15 minutes at the very least. You know what I mean? So, well, that's horrible. And I didn't even hear him screaming or any of that stuff, so.
don't realize is that Victoria's mind is fixed on a dark thought. If Shane dies, she would inherit his house, car, and fortune. With this twisted fantasy in mind,
Was that like $30?
car and fortune. With this twisted
It's like $30. What kind of fortune? is
fantasy
that?
in mind, Victoria
That's
would
funny.
go on to unwittingly reveal just how much she despised Shane.
What?
Okay.
I'll tell you later. That's all I can say. Was Shane.
This man is taking care of you, providing for you, and you hate him? Bro, man, you gotta stay woke out here, bro. You don't want to be like Shane.
Arguing with anybody tonight?
Just a little bit with me over a stupid comment.
Yeah.
He's been drinking nonstop. He was driving. I told him to come home. He needed to stop it. That is a fight that has come out quite a bit between the two of us, is drunk driving because of his ticket last time, which scares me. I have a 2-year-old daughter in the home, and the only comment I had made that if he entered the home that I would protect at any cost necessary for my daughter's sake.
What?
Sure.
Victoria claims that she and Shane got into a heated argument earlier that day. She also brings up his bad habit of drinking and driving, almost as if to shift blame, although no one has accused her of anything yet. But with 5 other friends...
Oh yeah, she's prime suspect number 1. Number 1. Absolutely. And you already know the theory. It's in every freaking crime TV show. They always talk about how it's normally the girlfriend or the boyfriend when it comes to these murders. The way she answered that question, she immediately was heavy confrontational. Oh yeah. She knows what's up. All right? She knows what's up. Like, the police know it's her at that point because you're the person taking care of you. Your boyfriend is laying on the floor, literally dying in front of you, and you're telling me that you're more angry with the fact that he drinks and was driving and drinking than the fact that he's on the floor. Like, you don't care? That's super sus. So I immediately would be thinking, oh yeah, we already know what's up.
Still in the house, 5 more potential suspects entered the picture.
Hey there, Dream Chaser. Are you ready for an unforgettable journey?
But this is when Victoria starts throwing out even more bizarre theories, further deepening the officer's suspicion that this wasn't a self-inflicted death at all.
Guys, any reason for anybody to cause Shane any harm? Anybody that may be involved with this that we might want to look at?
I don't.
The funny thing is, how this guy is looking at the cop and the other guy, just their complete focus, their non-compliance, it speaks more than the words. Like, it seems almost like their body language just gives off they're hiding something, like they know something. So in my head right now, I'm gonna just go ahead and say they know something. They're gonna try and cover for her, but they don't look like the strong type. I think they're gonna rat her out.
No, he's got his fair share of enemies. Some people have issues with him because of him getting physical with me a while back in the past. He had left. He was drunk. I told him bring his ass home because last time he went out drunk driving, he ended up in jail.
So, guys, did anybody see Shane with a gun? Did he make any comments about harming himself?
I don't know. He's been drinking, and when he gets drunk, he gets kind of dumb. When he gets to drinking, he doesn't always make the smartest decisions. He has been going through a lot lately.
Did anybody see Shane with the gun, Brandon? You discovered him?
I discovered him originally.
Notice how Victoria stays glued to her phone while answering the police, almost as if
she's deleting something. She's deleting evidence. That's what she's doing. She's trying to delete evidence, bro. I mean, honestly, if I was the police, I would have just been like, yo, we're going to have to place you in, what is it called, custody before they arrest you. We're going to have to restrain you, ma'am. We're going to have to restrain you because you're giving a suspicious vibe right now.
she's reading from a script. With each claim, she further damages Shane's reputation, portraying him as an abusive husband with many enemies. Corporal Cox is struck by the housemaid's matching lack of reaction, completely unfazed by their friend being shot in the chest.
What did I say?
As the officers start analyzing the crime scene, they uncover a clue that turns the residents from witnesses into prime suspects.
Blood all the way around to the corner. Yeah, look at this. Here. He's come out to this point. Or tried to enter to this point.
How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be to not even like think about all of this, all of these different things? Like they're leaving evidence. They claim he was shot and he ended up right there and there's blood coming inside. This is insane, bro.
I don't see anything past Eric, Kai.
What do they have to say? Anything? Did you talk to him?
Yeah, I talked to his wife. She says it was just him and her arguing. That he'd been drinking all day.
A trail of blood led from the garage into the kitchen, suggesting Shane Davis was either moved after being shot or had tried to escape, casting serious doubt on Victoria's version of events. Detectives pressed.
By the way, those guys are horrible friends. Like, what? What kind of screwed up friends are just gonna sit here and just like let you die in your house? Like, because your woman, you get into an argument with your woman and they just like, what? Horrible. This guy he chooses poorly when it comes to friends, clearly, and chooses even more poorly when it comes to women, clearly. Jesus.
Pressed on, unaware that everyone but them knew who had shot Shane and why the gun was still missing.
Well, I don't know how well you guys know him, but he scares the living hell out of me. Since I do have a 2-year-old in my home, I will do whatever it takes in my power to protect my daughter at any cost necessary.
Now, you said Shane did have a pistol from what you
This is the third time she's given herself away.
told me.
He has a pistol. It's in my room. I can actually show it to you.
Yeah, just take me where and I'll look at it if you don't mind.
Yeah, we do have... He has his own gun, and I have a rifle.
Okay.
So, they're both in here.
Is that the only 2 firearms in the house?
Yeah, his is right there.
Okay.
So that's his.
Set that right there.
And I have a rifle, which is...
It's the Confederate flag, bro. It's making me uneasy.
Right there. That's fine. What caliber?
7mm 08.
Neither of these have been fired. And these are supposedly the only 2 in the home. And maybe we may have a shooter somewhere.
Cox examined the rounds in each gun and concluded that none had been fired. With this revelation, the detectives returned to question the residents, unaware that Victoria was about to accidentally reveal a crucial piece of information pointing directly to the shooter.
Well, do me a favor, guys. Just everybody hang tight right here. I'm going to come back and get a statement from everybody. And
Well, I don't know where my other partner is. I have 2. I'm polyamorous. He's been gone for a while though, long beforehand.
Okay.
And she's polyamorous, bro. And she's screwing other guys, bro. Your chick screws other guys and kills you and takes your house, bro. That has gotta be the definition of a beta male, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I don't even use these buzz terms, but bro, this is a poor excuse for my kind, bro. This is a shame, man. Oh my gosh, bro. I hope that if he survives, bro, I hope that this guy, like, realizes that he has to change his life, bro. Because this is sad, man. This is just sad.
So he left earlier today and has been out and about for a while.
Okay. Yep, just hang tight right here, guys.
But just as...
That's why these chubs are sitting around not saying anything, not worried about their friend dying, because they're all probably under her freaking weird spell. Like, jeez, man. Oh my gosh, bro. That is horrible. That's embarrassing, bro. That is a damn shame.
As the officers were about to leave, one of the residents revealed that Victoria's secret lover despised Shane and was seen leaving the house around the time of the shooting. He identified the man as Mike Miller, someone well known to police for his considerable criminal record. Finally, the police have a lead, marking the start of the hunt for their primary suspect.
See, man, this is why you don't do polyamorous relationships, bro. Imagine you in a love triangle, and then the dude on the other end of the triangle is crazy in love with your girl, bro. And you the one who's providing for her lifestyle. You're providing the house and everything. Like, ain't no way. There's no way people are really living like that in 2025, gang.
The officers were now on the lookout for Mike, a likely suspect in Shane's death, or at the very least, someone with answers. A few hours later, after searching the nearby area, one car's license plate matched 27-year-old Mike Miller. To their surprise, Mike was compliant when approached and even agreed to come to the station for questioning. But while the officers expected denials and deflection, he would tell police exactly what had gone down.
He proceeded to walk towards me and ended up going through the garage. I know she tried to keep him out of the house by keeping him pinned to the door. For a minute, she kind of kept him there, and then he...
Trying to keep him out of his house that you're trying to get by having him offed. Trying to keep him out of his crib that he pays the bills for. That's wild. That's unheard of, man. That is a new level of evil. She has won the Nobel Evil Award.
He got kind of pretty physical with her. He grabbed her wrist and he shoved her. And I told him, like, Shane, I will shoot you. You need to let her go. He wouldn't listen. I did what I did to protect him. And I shot him.
Without any pushback from the detectives, Mike admitted point blank that he shot Shane. But there was a reason for his unusual honesty. He would soon claim it was all in self-defense.
She had me go tell him to shut the truck off. And I looked at him like, dude, I'm just telling you what I was told to tell you. Because he does.
So this psycho woman convinced this guy. I'm just going to go ahead and say it because I already know what it is. I know she's the mastermind behind all this. She manipulated this idiot into murdering, I don't know if it's her husband or boyfriend, because I guess if she's going to get she's expecting to get all of his property, then I would assume they're married, but she convinces him to kill her husband and claim it's self-defense, right? So he's going to have to fight for self-defense. He's going to have to fight for self-defense because she told him to. Ruin your life for me. And it doesn't matter whether it's a girl doing this to a guy or a guy doing this to a girl. It's just stupid. How stupid can you be? Like, this is the dumbest love plot I've ever heard of, man. This is sickening, embarrassing, pathetic.
Tend to at times get kind of physical when he's drinking. I wasn't going to just sit there and let him hurt the woman I love. I saw him as a threat to that household and to that child, and I did what I thought I had to do to protect them. I shot him. Pure self-defense and protection for that household.
Despite Mike's apparent...
I should have renamed this video The Dangers of a Polyamorous Relationship, bro. This is why I would never be in a polyamorous relationship, bro. They don't work.
Current honesty, the police know he isn't telling the whole story, although for now, they let him believe he's off the hook. But before the officers can apply pressure, Mike introduces a new name, someone supposedly even more dangerous than Shane.
Sean, who he was on the phone with, he had called her a bitch quite a few times. She had given the warning to Sean that if he came here, it wasn't going to end well. From what I understand, Sean is a very violent person. And Shane kind of said something to Sean, saying, he's like, you know what, Sean, go ahead and come down here. That then there posed a threat on the household because Sean wasn't going to come down here and just talk everything out. He would be armed, and he was going to come down here for a fight.
According to Mike, Sean was a friend of Shane's who was moments away from arriving at the house, armed and ready for a fight. But since Mike had spent 5 hours on the run after the shooting, it's possible Victoria instructed him to tell the police this story and perhaps even to claim self-defense. However, Mike's self-defense argument was far weaker than he realized, and the detectives began pressing him on it.
Why did you immediately go to the gun rather than try to physically stop him? Because there's two of you and just one of him.
The light wasn't on, and like I said, it's really cluttered in that garage, so...
Idiot. Now this idiot's gotta try and defend how this was self-defense, and he killed an unarmed man. What a clown, bro. And he's doing this all for love. Bro, you could not pay me to be this stupid, bro.
So I would have ended up falling and stumbling.
Hindsight 2020, is there a way that you would have handled this differently?
Yes, if he hadn't been so stubborn.
Yeah, I mean, but rather with using the weapon.
And that's something I thought about throughout the night while I was driving, is that I probably could have handled that a lot differently, but like I said, he was already getting fairly aggressive with everyone else and pretty loud.
As the officer points out, with multiple men in the home, subduing Shane wasn't just possible, it was the right thing to do. By now, Mike and Victoria's relationship seemed increasingly strange, and the officer realized this was likely something they would want to push on. And he was right.
So has there been any, like, jealousy squabbles between you and Shane? I mean, have you, like, seen him with Victoria and became jealous?
We've had moments where, you know, he wasn't really given a choice. Everything had came out that me and Victoria were together and had been together for quite some time and whatnot. She basically told him she was staying with me, that was that. He was going to have to deal with it or, you know, end the relationship.
Just as the officer suspected,
end the relationship. Just end it, bro. Just fucking end it. This evil woman tried to kill you. I mean, my God, man. I really don't understand that dynamic. Like, I don't get it. I just don't. Like, I don't. Like, you're in this polyamorous relationship, and the guy that your woman is sleeping with outside of you is so attached to her, so attached, that he's willing to unalive you for that, for her. These are the cards that you are gladly taking, and you're gonna play those cards in life? Man, I mean, what benefits do you get from that? Is the guy helping you pay your bills, and is everybody coming together and helping each other survive? Or is this like he just grabs at your girl when he wants her. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? How does that ever work? How is that a relationship where there is no conflict or minimal conflict at the very least? I don't get it. You know, if there's any polyamorous people in watching this video right now, let me know how that works ever, because I don't get it, man. It's not clocking. It's not making sense.
Jealousy and rage explained Mike's actions far better than self-defense. With their primary suspect now in custody, devastating news arrived from the hospital. Shane had passed away. As Mike prepared to be charged with manslaughter, Victoria believed her brilliant plan had succeeded and that she had outsmarted the police. But little did she know, her arrogance would eventually catch up with her. It's now 1 month after Shane's death, and Victoria is still living in his house, driving his car, and carrying on as if nothing had happened. She frequently visits Mike in jail and writes Facebook posts about how much she misses Shane. It seems that fateful night was behind her, and Victoria was free to live her dream life. But that was until something completely unexpected happened.
Let me guess. Her and her lover boy get into it, and now he wants to tell the truth.
On November 7th, the detectives received an anonymous tip to check Victoria's Snapchat account. While they weren't expecting much, after all, their primary suspect was already in custody, the investigation was about to be turned upside down.
Monday.com, the opposite of any work platform we tried in the past.
This is why I love the fact that we have the internet.
Not naming names.
Unbeknownst,
like, the internet might have just gave this man justice.
To the police, Victoria had been planning Shane's murder for months over Snapchat with Mike. While Mike may have pulled the trigger, the messages made it clear that Victoria was the mastermind. With this new evidence showing that Victoria had conspired with Mike and encouraged Shane's murder, the detectives were ready to bring...
Now, who leaked those messages other than Mike? Other than genius old Mike.
her in. Although Victoria remained arrogant, still convinced her plan was flawless, the police now had enough proof to completely dismantle her.
Oh, take the mask off. I want to see her face, bro.
That you and Mike talked about Shane together and that you were both upset with him because of the things he was...
Yeah.
What was that about?
Just the way that he was acting and his behaviors at hand, and that if it was going to continue on, that we're going to sit down and sit there and say no more alcohol allowed in the house at all.
Mike had multiple usernames on Snapchat. Do you remember Devil Daddy 13?
That might be one of his.
You ever remember having a conversation with Mike about Shane when he was using that Devil Daddy 13?
Not off the top of my head.
Victoria's voice goes quiet, the question likely sending her mind racing.
Bro, imagine getting killed by a nigga named Devil Daddy 13, bro. No! 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 My life, bro. My life is over, bro. I mean, damn, man. That's sad, bro. And Devil Daddy 13 was piping your old lady, bro. What? What?
Racing through every conversation she had with Mike.
The fuck out of
Victoria
here.
Scrambling to collect herself, the detectives were about to confront her with every incriminating message they had. But little did they know, Victoria's arrogance would persist, still believing she could walk free without facing the consequences.
So, I want to show you this. And maybe they can jog your memory too. This is those snaps between Devil Daddy and Rebel Princess. Everything that I reached between you and Mike. He said, some days I just wish you would get in an accident or something. So...
I didn't have to deal with this crap.
But let's just read through these good
Okay.
What an evil woman, bro. Oh, she makes my skin boil.
Say too much of a risk, your dumb ass would get caught.
So then, Mike responds back to you. It can be done if done right, and it wouldn't be hard to do. And then you responded back to him saying,
yeah,
not without getting caught or guilt.
And that's where I'm sitting here trying to convince him, like, no, you're not doing this. One, you're going to get caught. Two, you're going to feel hell guilty about shit.
So then, again, Mike to you, getting caught wouldn't be an issue. One doesn't carry guilt with me. Person has no hold on me. Mike reports back to you there's a lot of things that could be done to make it look like natural causes based off his depression and all that's going through his head. I've done it with my dad before, not enough to kill him, but enough to get a point across and make a difference.
And then she's sleeping with a fucking psychopath. So they're both psychos. Wow. Never would have guessed it. That is just sad, bro. That's a sad situation, man. Bro, you gotta make sure your woman ain't a psycho, man. You know what I mean? If you got a girlfriend, go to Google, type in psychopath test, make her take that test, bro. It's better safe than sorry, is the way I see it. At this point, in 2025, bro, you gotta be safer than sorry, bro. From now on, we are giving women the psychopath test before we bring them into our homes, bro. Because, dog, I mean, man, this is not the way to go out, bro. It's just not. This is not the way you want to go.
To a point that if he dies, he can't defend himself. We can all say he's been acting hella different. You write story by everyone can dismiss it all, and then you say, I'd rather it look an accident. That's the only way. I'm going to keep house. You're sitting here, and I only want one thing from you, and one thing only. I want the truth.
You didn't even expect us to have those.
Needless to say, Victoria indeed wasn't expecting this. Corporal Cox has just revealed a conversation from 2 weeks before Shane's murder in which Victoria explicitly expresses her wish for his death. Her intent is clear as day. I'd rather it look like an accident. It's the only way. Other messages, such as touch your wrist to get caught, reveal the meticulous planning that went into Shane's murder. Victoria is naive enough to try and explain the messages away, even claiming that she was actually trying to dissuade Mike from shooting Shane. But despite the overwhelming evidence, Victoria still had a plan to slip out of this predicament.
It's just such a low IQ scenario. Just such a low IQ scenario, bro. Low IQ murder plot, bro. This has got to be the worst murder plot of all time. Most ridiculous. I would not be surprised if they were both like high on fentanyl when they came up with this plan, because
learning Japanese, here's how to master the verb to go in real life phrases.
Victoria, I can tell things are weighing heavy on.
There was a lot of abuse with me and Shane, but that doesn't mean that I ever wanted to leave. Under what circumstances did we plan for this to happen? What went through Mike's head that night that it went on?
And not one tear. You have not seen this woman cry since we've seen her. Not a single tear, bro.
Down, I don't know. Shane gets to drink and he gets violent and he gets terrifying.
Did Shane look like a violent guy to you?
I know it's conversation, but at the tail end of that relationship with Shane, it did feel like I was trapped. That night it just went way too far.
Shane gets shot, he falls down. Who helps him? Anybody try to stop the bleeding?
No, I can't handle blood, and he wouldn't let me touch him anyways. All he did was grunt.
Oh my god, I would have been put her in the cuffs. Right when she piped up and got that attitude with me, just like, bro, I would have put her in the cuffs right then. Like, you're guilty. You're under arrest, man.
Time to tell the truth.
I am. This wasn't planned. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Except you're talking about your husband with your lover. We're making this right for Shane. Shane's the victim here.
And I understand that, but I didn't plan my husband's murder.
How often have you talked about killing someone?
Oh, Lord.
No, seriously. How often have you had these conversations with people?
You're telling me that you're a perfect person and you've never done a single wrong thing in your life?
I have.
It's murder! What do you mean?
Yeah, but you've never sat there and made a wrong retort.
Laura, I told you Shane was that way?
Yeah.
You remember what you said back to me?
No.
You actually said to me you were worried about losing the house. Your husband just died and told you that. Do you think those things planted the seed in Mike?
And it might have. So planting the seed in there, possibly. I very well might have without even intending to do so. 90% of that, yes, was smart remarks. Can I please question?
I'll tell you this right now, absolutely no. But after using the arrest warrant signed by the Fifth District Court Judge.
Seriously?
Seriously. You are being placed under arrest.
I did not kill my husband, and that will come up, and I will sit there and make sure of it. You guys are making a huge mistake.
Victoria finally admits to planting the idea of murdering Shane in Mike's head. Unbeknownst to her, Corporal Cox has masterfully coaxed her into confessing and sealing the fate of her secret lover. Months after the murder, Victoria was finally arrested and escorted to Beaver County Jail, the same facility where her lover was being held. Mike Miller pled down from murder to manslaughter and received a sentence of 8 years to life. Victoria
That's ridiculous. He should have gotten longer than 8 years.
Worth was convicted of criminal solicitation and conspiracy to commit aggravated murder and sentenced to 3 years to life in prison.
What? Man, that's some fucking bullshit, bro. They give the lover 8 years for manslaughter, and they give her 3 to life? What the hell is 3 to life? What are these fucking... I can't even say dog years, because 3 years in dog years ain't even that much life, bro. Are you kidding me? 3 to life? She got her husband fucking killed, bro. That's... Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. That was a good one. That was pretty entertaining. Catch you guys on the next one. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe and like the video. I appreciate y'all. Bye.